Right, welcome back, folks. Nice to have you with us. We're wrapping it up now. Of course, a lot of games coming up, a lot of big games, in fact, coming up this weekend. But before we do that, let's quickly take a look at our Score Energy Drinks competition. Congratulations to James Peach. James, you are this week's Score Energy Drinks winner. We're going to get a hold of you on Facebook Messenger, and you can come and fetch your case of Score Energy Drinks. All right, folks, every week we give you an opportunity to win yourself a case of Score. And, of course, this week you need to tell us who the team is in the picture. We're just trying to get it up for you now. We're going to have it here in a second. Alistair, would you like to give it a bit of a clue there in terms of who it is that we are looking at?
The field is based along the N1.
The field, every time we always get traffic guidances. But yeah, okay, the field is based on the N1. In fact, you can probably see it. You can drive.
Just before the Okavanga turn-off.
Just before the Okavanga turn-off. All right, guys. Come join us on Facebook and tell us who that team is. All right, this coming weekend, though, there's going to be plenty of fixtures before we go to our match between CPUT and Kraaifontein. Let's quickly take a look at the fixtures then coming up this weekend in Super League A. Stellenbosch and Kuils River, Hamilton's UWC, St. George's Unimall, False Bay, Tygerberg, Helderberg, Durban, UWC and SK Warmers. All right, guys, we're not going to go straight to the fixtures here because we've got the barometers. But, Alistair, have you got one game that jumps out for you here?
It's a must win for Stellenbosch and Kuils River. I would never ever say that in the past, but that's the one that stands out for me. If I look at the log, it's a must win for both teams.
All right, both teams sitting at the bottom of the log, and they're going to be wanting to get out of those dreaded bottom three positions. Morgs, you've also got a choice to choose one team.
I like the look of the Helderberg-Durban game. I think Helderberg needs to turn the corner. They haven't gone on the positive run we're used to them, and Durban are flying high.
I think we're going to have an interesting matchup against Hamilton's and UWC this weekend, guys. I think UWC is getting stronger and stronger, and well. Yeah, let's take a look and see what happens. Right, in Super League B, Hands on Arts and Kraaifontein, Kylemore Collegians, Bella CPT, Belleville Primrose, Goodwood Hamlets, Hamadias and Vineyards. Alistair, you've got one choice here as well.
It's a tough one. Well, the Belleville Primrose game.
Belleville Primrose.
Yeah. Belleville took the tide this week. They've been just losing out. They've won the this week pass, and I think they'll turn the corner now. They've got a good side.
Morgan Newman is really keen to give me a name here, but I'm not going to let him. I'm going to go straight to Super League C. Okay, Morgan, you can have it.
No, look, I mean, it's the old derby, Hands and Arts, Kraaifontein. It's a local derby. They're very close to each other. Kraaifontein haven't won that game in whatever it is, 5 or 6 years, so it's going to be a good one.
Folks, take a look.
That's the big one. That's the big one, actually.
Yeah.
Morgan Newman is 100% right. It is probably one of the biggest derbies in the Western Province Rugby. Take a look this weekend, though. Vineyards come off a win against Collegians, and this weekend is Hamadias and Vineyards. So a lot of big games this weekend. But let's go now to Fundist, at least CPUT Kraaifontein. Then we bring our two legends into the picture. There we
scored
go.
now.
It was, in fact, I can't remember who won that game.
21.
Any of you guys know? Do any of you, either you guys know who won
21.
that game?
No, we're not really.
You're not
Nobody,
really.
nobody's paying attention.
Guys, I must say, this when I was thinking about when we started the show, I was thinking about how amazing it is to be playing rugby, and then the two of you guys are sitting here like best friends. This is what rugby's about.
You know what's funny? I'll tell you a quick story, James. You know what's funny? So Saturday, obviously club rugby issues, right? So we're recording the game, recording our B team game, and the 18 game starts, and I look and there's no recording. I say, where's the recording? I need the video, I need the footage. And something had happened, the camera broke, whatever it is. And I walk across to the CPT bench, and I say, Ellie, can't you make a plan, record it? And all my players are like, why are you talking to the opposition? Are you angry? Are you guys fighting? What are you doing? And the hands are going. I'm like, Ellie, make a plan, come on. And the next best thing, we have a recording. So
That's amazing. It's absolutely amazing, and I love that. I love that thing, that geest that you guys have got. Congratulations to both of you. I think it was incredible rugby, regardless of the result, and I can't wait to see what comes next. All right, let's give you now an opportunity to look at some of the barometers, folks. We've had some big games in this week. This coming weekend, we see Helderberg and Durbel on track here, and the barometer tells us it's a 50-50. Alistair,
Oh, wow.
you looked at this earlier on. Helderberg have won 100% of their games at home, and Durbel have won 100% of their games away.
Yeah.
The fan factor tips it in favour or brings a bit of weight up there for Helderberg. But the barometer tells us this is an equal game.
Yeah, it's an equal game, but I just think if I look at the log and I look at where teams are situated, you know, and Durbel is playing really good rugby at the moment. I'll tip Durbel to win this one away, even though it's even 50-50.
The barometer says. The barometer says that they've got a...
no, the barometer says they're gonna. It's 20 all, isn't it?
No, those are the points of how many accumulated statistics you get. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio.
So who's the barometer saying is winning?
Well, I'm going to go with the barometer. It says 50-50. St. George's Unimil, it is pointing in favour of Unimil. Guys, this is the moment that St. George's is going to want to turn it around. It's home ground advantage. Even with the fan factor, Milnerton's got the upper hand. But St. George's has got, this is their chance to do it. Get back on track.
Yep, I got to agree. You know, to travel along the west coast there is not easy for Durbel. But again, they'll want to bounce back. They need to correct some of the wrongs. They definitely feel like they're a top 6 side, and playing against a team that's sitting bottom of the log, they should go there quite confident.
Yeah. Moving into Super League B, Belleville and Primrose. Alistair, I think you picked this as one of your pick of the week, so to speak. Primrose have won 67% of their games at home, at least playing away. Belleville winning 50% away. It's a 50-50 game. Odds are slightly in favour of Primrose. Yeah, this is going to be another interesting game.
Yeah, I think Belleville coming off the win of this past weekend, give them good confidence, momentum. But playing at Belleville is not easy, So, I'm looking forward to this game. Even though Primrose might be, have the upper hand on the barometer, I think Belleville might just put this game to go.
Of course, if you're a club rugby person, you all know that the parking lot conversations will go on forever. And I've got Alistair Tyson, Morgan Newman in studio here with us today. They played on the weekend. Of course, now it's reminiscing. Let's go to some of the barometers. We'll bring you back into the picture here. Hands and Hearts and Kraaifontein. And I'm not going to allow Morgan Newman to talk here. But, folks, this is the derby match. Well, you can talk, Morgan, but you can't give any predictions. I'm going to leave you in the neutral space. Alistair, Hands and Hearts is picked for this game.
So
fan factor, and the reasons being...
Careful now, Ellie.
I'm going to come with some big logic here.
Well, okay. Let's hear it, because I don't need to say anything else.
So, CPT has played against both these teams, and on the day, I think Kraaifontein was the better outfit on the day against us when they played us. Hands and Hearts, when they played us, we were the better on the day. And I think just playing against the two teams and the brand of rugby, and the style of rugby, and the strength of the squads that they have there, I think Kraaifontein will come out on top.
All right. Well, folks, it is... okay, Morgan, you can jump in there then.
Yeah, I think Kraaifontein might come out on top. No, I'm just kidding. That's going to be a tough look.
I tell you what you got against you, all right? Yes, you're winning 50% of your games away at the moment. Hands and Hearts still really getting into the picture there. But you've got the fan factor against you, all right? But it's a derby, and you've got fans just across the road also. So this is going to be an incredible game, folks. I think that the secret to this is get down and watch the game for everybody.
Yeah, look, I mean, my phone has been a hotline. I'm not used to this derby, if I'm honest. It's my first experience of the derby. And the amount of talk and the amount of, you moet win and you got to do this and you got to do that. And there's a trophy on the line and all these things. So it's going to be interesting. But again, James, I said it from the start and I say it to my players all the time. We just focus on our processes, trying to play good rugby, sticking in our little bubble, and hopefully the result will look after itself.
Well, we'll see next week. We'll have a good idea next week because we will know the result then. Busy Bees is up against Violets this weekend, folks, in Super League C. And Violets has had a pretty good run, but Busy Bees is winning more games at home at the moment. But even with the home game advantage, Alistair, Violets are still tipped for the win.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the barometer on this one with Violets.
Yeah, they've got a bit. Have they got their tails up at the moment?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seem to agree with Ali.
All right, folks. Rangers and Atlantis. The barometer tells us it's in favour of Rangers. They, of course, went down to Violets over the weekend. But yes, that will be a wrap from us then tonight. A couple of big games still to look at. But Alistair, your plans for the weekend?
Correct what happened last weekend. We got rugby this weekend and then, it's another back to normal.
Yeah, and Morgan Newman, we know where you're going to be.
Yes, I will be, James.
Yeah?
Yep, lots of work to do before then, though.
All right, folks, a lot of games out there with big derby matches, a lot of great things happening this weekend for a club near you. We'll leave it at that. We'll see you again next week, same time, same place. Have a fantastic rugby weekend. Bye-bye.